Greetings, beloved beings of light. Hope your day is most beautiful and blessed. I'm here at this beautiful nature preserve here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State by this beautiful river behind me here on this lovely day in the neighborhood, in this world, on the new earth. Today I'm recording this, it's the 1129 portal, our last 1111 portal of 2025, but the information, the gnosis, the knowledge I released today in this video is timeless. You can listen to it anytime, for I will point to the truth, to the gnosis of true knowledge on this glorious day, on this 1111 portal. We're surrounded by the pure energies of Mother Earth here in this portal. It's the first time I've been to this nature preserve here. It's a beautiful place. A lot of magnificent trees around here. A lot of the Wing Nation just was visited by a kingfisher, powerful king of the rivers and lakes. We have a lake upstream here. And this powerful little stream, this river out here in nature. So the information, the knowledge that I transmit to you today, it's very critical, very important on our mission, our divine mission of planetary liberation in the matrix, to free yourself from the matrix and to transform your world, transform yourself and transform the construct of this matrix we live in, this system of duality, the system of change, the system of transformation. So we're here to awaken our people from the false constructs into our true nature of Buddha mind. So what I'd like to talk about today is this concept of believing is seeing. You see, we're programmed to only believe one side of the equation, which is believing, which is seeing is believing. That's from the moment we come into this world, we're born into this world. We're born into this world. Our star seeds came into this realm, into this system, into the simulation to change the world from the inside out, from within the simulation, from within the construct. And we do this with our belief system, with our perception, with our divine will, and our pure intent. Our intent is very key. Everything is our intention. This is how we do our work. You see, in the Taoist arts, the Taoist philosophies, now we're going to transcend philosophy and we're going to use certain concepts and words to transcend this duality reality, with our mind, with our heart, with our soul. You see, from the moment we came in, we manifest into this realm, the program through those in our environment, generally starting with our parents and our siblings and people that come into our life from the moment we're born, to project this concept of seeing is believing, that you have to see something to believe in it. You have to experience something for it to be real. And as a child, our mind is more open. We see things that adults or people that are prisoners of the construct might tell us is fantasy or just your imagination. You see, the masters know that everything is our imagination. We are born in the image of source, of the still white magnetic light, the center of all things, and then we transform that light into the electromagnetic spectrum, and then based on our experience and what we witness, we create what we call the internal map of reality. This is that, and that's this, and this is right, and that's wrong. All become part of that map that we navigate this world through, based on this internal map that we create along the way. And a big part of that map is, systems like religions, politics. That's why they say never, talk politics or religion with people, unless if maybe they have the same mindset, they're in the same philosophy, the same belief system. But even within these systems, people debate and argue about everything, concepts of God, things of the mystery. You see, so through these belief systems create these duality programs, and through these duality is the separation programs, my God is better than your God kind of thing. My politics, I'm conservative, I'm liberal, I'm conservative, I'm, whatever, fascist, whatever concept is out there, communist, all these ideologies, and then they become these filters that we see the world through. And when we remove the filters, our mind opens up, our third eye opens as we dive deeper within, navigating through all concepts, all belief systems, till we get to the core of reality, which is what we call pure awareness, Buddha mind, Christ consciousness. So the concept, seeing is believing. Yes, that's true. Sometimes you need to see something to believe it. You need to experience something to know it's real, to know it exists. But also the other side of the equation, which is also true, is believing is seeing. Once you believe in something, you seek it out. You see, there's two parts of the brain. There's the thinker, and then there's the prover. The thinker thinks what the prover proves, and the prover proves what the thinker thinks. So if you're constantly trying to prove that evil exists in the world, you'll be seeking evil, It's not hiding from these things. You see, Walter Russell would teach evil exists only in the mind of man. It exists because we believe in it. This is very powerful concept to realize. And this is not merely philosophy. Yes, it is a philosophy to realize how this matrix works and how to navigate it. But we transcend the philosophy to have the direct experience. You see, just don't take what I teach or what I speak with base value. Really contemplate, examine it. Be aware of it. See it in your life. See where there's sometimes you believed in something and then it manifests, even without any evidence. That's what one might call faith. It's believing in something that the world or people tell you is not real. It doesn't matter what it is, a deity, a unicorn, whatever, just because everyone doesn't see it, doesn't mean it's not real or it can't exist. Many things exist that we cannot see with our physical eyes. We know this now based on quantum physics, that which is beyond the physical or metaphysics. When your third eye opens, you might see into other dimensions, other timelines. You see, it's a convoluted universe, So from the moment we're born, the matrix, it's tricky, tricks you into thinking you're less than divine or you're separate from Creator. Whatever these false concepts that cause suffering, you're a sinner, you're a saint, you're this, you're that, then you have to live to that standard. These are standards that the human mind invented, and created. And it's not all bad, everything is a double-edged sword. So with every experience, every concept, good and bad comes out of it. It's what you focus your mind on that makes it your reality. So you're focusing on the bad things, the evil in the world, this and that. That's not bypassing, to say, evil exists only in the mind, you see, because in truth, only love is real. So even if you experience something that we call evil, that it doesn't necessarily make it true. See, that's part of the paradox of this world. You see, when you transcend the world, the construct of the matrix, you realize that it's all a simulation. And while we live within the simulation, we live in compassion, kindness. We create a better world with our ethics and our morality. And living the right path, taking the right action. You see, and no one says it's easy, to transcend these things, to realize your true nature. You see, I train with several Kung Fu masters or Qi Gong masters, The Qigong in Chinese and the Taoist arts, and Buddhists we say Qi, either Qi or Chi, which simply means energy, in the English translation. There's our kingfisher friend returning, calling to us from the great beyond, from beyond the river, on the other shore of enlightenment. So this concept of duality and this concept of right versus wrong, or good versus evil, dark versus light, it's all part of the game of duality, the simulation. And once you transcend it, you realize that it is all an illusion. It is what we call Maya, or some call matrix. But what we're living in, we live an ethical life. So you see the Qi Gong, translate into English is energy work, or Gong Fu means the Fu is the arts. It could be a martial art or painting, drawing, whatever art that you're training to master. We say Gong Fu, and Gong can mean work or that which takes great effort to master. So all the arts, you put your 10,000 hours in to master. It could be sitting meditation is your art, walking meditation, dancing meditation, whatever path you choose. Be consistent and go through and through and through until divine mastery, until you realize that my true self is all that is. It's the I am presence here and now. And then once you master an art, you never stop refining that art. That everything is in a constant state of flux, constant state of change and transformation. And it takes our effort, our practice of holding our vision. You see, it's not simply just having a thought and boom, it appears. The thought matters, to hold that thought, your vision of the new earth, your vision of heaven on earth, whatever that is for you. It's not right or wrong or good or bad. Whatever you wish to see in the world, the peace, the beauty, the truth, the harmony, all these things. We live from our heart, being connected to all things. It's very critical, to understand this, that, to hold on to that thought, to keep the vibration going, the vision, holding the vision. This is what I teach every day in the transmissions. We hold the vision. We hold the line, in the sands of time as it slips through our fingers, you see. So we have our visions, we hold those visions, and the pure energy of the universe, you might call God, Buddha, the Tao. Tao is the way, for I am the way, the truth and the light, the life, the eternal life, Great Spirit, manifest here, in this body where I always am. The body of the cosmos, the body of Christ, the body of unity, the body of the Buddha. This is just a physical manifestation of energy, of pure life force. And then it's up to you to guide that energy. You can write down your dreams, your visions, you can draw them, you can look at them. You seek out the beauty that you want to see in the world, the beauty of nature, the beauty in these flowers and bamboo, and in the evergreens, the pine trees. There's so much beauty in this world, it's endless. And there's also obviously the other side, the ugliness, the destructions, the pain and the suffering, all these things. And we experience that and we let them go. You let go of the things that cause suffering, and you call in that which brings you peace, that which brings you joy. And you be present in this now. That's where the power is within you. You see, part of the program is to make you think that you have no power, make you think that you have no worth, all these things that These systems trick you into believing. See, once you believe that, then they got you, and then they stick you to it. These nefarious beings, these nefarious entities that feed on these fears and on these negative emotions, such as anger, constant desire, all these addictions that come out of imbalance. When you feel that you're worthless, or you feel that you're less than divine, or separate from humanity, or separate from nature. You see, that's my sacred condor, and I talk about this all the time. The biggest problem is when humanity separated from nature, or created this belief system of separation from nature, and then started building cities and paving and destroying nature, all these things, cutting down all the old growth forests. It's disturbing and sad, but here we are now. We don't dwell on the past. We see the mistakes for what they are, and we keep going through and through and through until total compression breakthrough. So we realize all of this is a dream, but we do the best with this dream that we can, to live the best life ever, to live our dreams, our passions, to live, connected in nature and with each other, with all life, and just feeling it, feel this experience of our divine nature, which is the peace. It's the silence, the stillness within. You see, and when we believe enough, when we hold our beliefs, realize that this concept of believing as seeing is also true. You see, most of the things that come into our life, all these things that we see, we touch, we feel, we experience, become part of our reality. And then we say, I know it's real because I saw it. I know it's real because I felt it, I touched it. But also believe or realize that you can manifest based on your beliefs. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you won't. It starts with a belief. You must have faith in yourself, faith in a higher power, faith in your higher self, faith in whatever it is that carries you through, that you have faith in. Some people may have faith in nothing. So that nothingness, that moo, not a thing, it's also great power. And know that from this void, from the stillness, comes all sound, all frequency. Everything in reality is vibration. It's sound, it's resonance, it's frequency. And when we hold that tone, you see, hold the resonance of that system of belief, then it becomes our reality. So if you hold that belief system that you are divine, that you are powerful, that you are sacred, then nothing can touch you, nothing can stop you on your path. It's when we start thinking that I'm less than whatever, I'm less than this guru or this savior that I worship, or this spaceship, or these sky beings. We're all equal in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Creator. In our eyes, in my eyes, we're all equal. The eyes of my I Am Presence. Because when you see through the eyes of the Spirit, you know all things. Because all things are one truth. All things are the universal one, beyond all concepts. So many people on this 1111 portal are feeling intense energies. Some people are suffering greatly. Some people are feeling great bliss and joy. And some are feeling ill. It's all part of this simulation. It's all part of this ascension process. It's what you do with the energy that matters. With the life force that flows through your body, and what you focus on, what you dream up, what you create. You see, we are conscious co-creators. The genius within is the artist within. What life do you want to create? You have this infinite canvas that surrounds you, the sphere of this quantum field of infinite potential. What do you want to paint on this canvas? You know, futuristic cities, you know, star beings. Many people paint very ugly things, things that they don't like. You know, demonic beings or archonic beings, you know, this is all part of the simulation. It's a manifestation of the mind. Anything that you experience that brings you down, that makes you feel less than, it's all the illusion. Buddha called Maya, you know, Sanskrit Maya is illusion. It's like saying matrix, matrika, the matrix, you know, the simulated reality of energy. You see, energy is neutral. It's what we do with the energy that makes a difference. It's up to you to choose the path with heart, choose the path of least resistance. You can go the way of water, the way of fire. It's all up to you. All paths lead to the same source. Sometimes you walk off the path for a minute and then return later. That's okay too. We transcend all judgment as teachers and guides and leaders of the new earth, and we're here to uplift humanity and to empower each other and inspire each other. You inspire others by being inspired and creating your art. Every day is an opportunity to live your art, to practice your arts. It could be spiritual arts, martial arts, whatever it is that lifts your spirit, that makes you feel the powerful energy within your body, within your mind, within your soul. See, body, mind, spirit, all one part of the same whole. That's why holistically we work with all aspects of ourself, our infinite multidimensional self. And we leave no part untouched. You know, we dive deep into the unknown, into the subconscious, and pull out anything that's causing conflict within that manifests externally. You see, when we heal ourselves, we heal the world. This is why it's very important. But don't feel bad if you're suffering now and say, oh, I'm just making the world worse. That's still part of the delusion and the illusions of the world to keep you down and keep this world in this duality game, to keep the ball going, keep kicking the can down the road. You see, we're very close to our divine dispensations, our redemption in the light. You know, we're very close as a collective experience of the fifth dimension of 5D. And it's up to us to keep raising the bar, you know, raising the line, holding the light. We're light keepers, we're star seeds here on this divine mission of full and total, complete planetary liberation. So just remember, sometimes I must believe to see. It's like, stop looking for the evidence that we're still trapped in 3D. You know, 3D is just the foundation of the fifth dimension that we're living in now. And I know it seems like it's still a far way to go. That's why the Zen master says, a hair's width is 1,000,000 miles. Because are we there yet? You know, are we there yet? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You know, the doubt creeps up. Of course we're in the fifth dimension. You wouldn't be seeing this video right now if you weren't. Just feel into that. Whatever bliss you just felt in your body, even just a glimpse. Focus on that. Focus on this. Because this is your epiphany. This is your aha moment. I wish to transmit this golden nugget to you right now. That I am the fifth dimension here now in this body. And feel into that I am presence. Into this I am presence that penetrates through all darkness and all false projections to guide you home to the innocence, to the purity, to the divinity within. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. I'm going to end this here in a couple minutes. So my sacred condor and I send you so much love, bliss, blessings. We're very grateful and appreciate you all that continue on this journey. We've lost many of our people over the years. Many people have come and gone. So you're the powerful ones that stuck through and keep going through. See this thing through to the very end, to the bitter end, they say, but it's not the end. It's just the beginning, you know, the beginning of prosperity and abundance. We're right at that threshold. All we have to do is take one step, one giant leap. One step is a quantum leap. You just have to step over the line. You see the line in the sand that kept you from your life of your dreams, the life of abundance, of prosperity, all these things that we dream about, having infinite health, infinite wealth, infinite energy, all these things. You see, when the Zen master said a hair's width is 1,000,000 miles, it's an eternity, but it's no distance. All you have to do is step over that here, you know, because the concept, you're either there or you're not. You know, there is no, I'm close, close, close. You know, we're very close because we're there. You know, there is no distance between you and God, you and the fifth dimension, you and New Earth, whatever concept you see, whatever reality you see, be here now. Be fully present, then you realize everything else is just part of the game, part of the simulation. And from that power, then we manifest our dreams into reality, into this realm. And with the power of the mind, the power of the heart, you see the eagle and the condor, wisdom and knowledge come together, science and religion. The mind and the heart are one. In the center of the body, the core, the crystalline core of your vessel is the crystalline core of Gaia, of Mother Earth, the crystalline core of the cosmos. The great central sun is within you. Everything out there is within you. And that's the power. Feel the chills, you know, feel the energy. Just had chills run up and down through my whole body. Because when you hear the truth, and you tap into the truth and you transmit the truth, your body is awakened. Every cell, every atom vibrates at that bliss code of the 5D, of the new creation, of the new golden age. This is what we're manifesting together through this gnosis, the knowledge, and through our practice, through our art, and through our kindness, through our compassion to all of humanity, all sentient beings. So have a most beautiful, blessed day. Make every day the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you very much, and we send you our love, our divine union, our heros gamos. We hold the codes for all of you to come into divine union and to be one with your divine counterpart and your monad and your higher self. Have a most beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.